Welcome to session 2 of Theory of Computation. In the last session, we have seen basics of TOC. Now, in this session, we will try to solve some questions based on the last concept. First question, write down the string starting with A over sigma A comma B. From the given question, identify the condition. Condition is we need to write down all the strings which starts with A over sigma A comma B. First point, over sigma A comma B means what? Strings which we are going to write should contain only A and B. That's the meaning of over sigma alphabet. Now, as we know the condition, strings should start with the A. Now, try to write down minimum length string first. Reason behind writing the minimum length string first, I will explain that later on. What is minimum length string for? Satisfying the condition starting with A. It's nothing but A itself. A is the minimum length string satisfying the condition starting with A. So this is the first string satisfying the condition. Now, to write the next string satisfying the condition starting with A, write down this A as it is and think now what will be the next symbol so that the complete string will satisfy this condition. How to find out the next symbol? Check sigma. Sigma contains A and B. So write down the first symbol here as it is. So your string becomes double A, satisfying the condition starting with A. Similarly, write down next symbol from the sigma B and copy this A as it is. So our string is AB. So this is valid string satisfying the condition starting with A. Next, if we want to write down next string of length 3, copy this AA as it is and think what will be the next symbol. For that, check sigma. Sigma contains A comma B. Write down A as it is, then write down this B as it is. Copy this double A. So we got two more strings satisfying the condition starting with A. If we want to write more strings, copy this AB as it is and think what will be the next symbol. Next symbol will be sigma A comma B. So this A and this is what B. Copy this AB as it is. So all these strings are satisfying the condition starting with A. If you observe this, all these strings are starting with symbol A. So this becomes your answer. All the strings starting with A or sigma A comma B. So this A starting with A and followed by any other strings. So follow this trick. Always start writing minimum length string first, and after that you will be able to write further strings. Another way to write down all the required strings is like this. What is the question? String starting with A. So write down A first. Our condition is satisfied. String is starting with A. After this, if any symbol is coming or not coming, that doesn't matter. If multiple A's are coming, doesn't matter because our string is starting with A. If multiple B's are coming, it's okay because string is starting with A. Or any combination of AB and BA are coming, that is also fine because string is starting with A. But still, I will recommend to follow this approach because this approach will help you to understand more and it will help you to design DFA in next few sessions. So first, write down minimum length string and slowly write down the same string as it is and think about the next symbol. Let's have one more example. Write down strings starting with B over sigma A comma B. As usual, identify the condition. All the strings should start with B. Then write down the minimum length string. In this case, what is the minimum length string satisfying the condition starting with B? It will be B itself. Then write down the next string satisfying the condition. How to write it? Copy this B as it is and think what will be the next symbol. For that, check your sigma. Sigma contains A comma B. Write down here A first and then B first. Copy this B as it is. You got two strings satisfying condition starting with B. If you want more strings, copy this BA as it is. Copy this double B as it is. and think what will be the next symbol. Why am I writing this twice? Because your sigma contains two symbols A and B. First A, then B. Similarly here, what will be the next symbol? Sigma contains A comma B. So A and B. Write down this BA as it is and double B as it is. You got few more strings starting with B. And these all are valid strings because it is satisfying the condition starting with B. And this become your answer. All the strings starting with B. And these are all valid strings starting with B. Again, follow the same trick. Always start writing minimum length string first. Let's have one more last question. Write down the string starting with 00. As usual, identify the condition, understand it. We need to write down here all the strings starting with 00. Then first step, write down minimum length string first. What is the minimum length string here? It's the 00 because other than this, there will not be any string whose length is minimum and satisfying the condition starting with 00. Once you have written this minimum length string, follow the next step. Write down it as it is and think about the next symbol. A sigma contains two symbols, 0 and 1. So there will be two possibilities. First, write down 0, then write down 1. Copy this 00 as it is. So you got two more strings satisfying the condition starting with 0. See? Again, if you want few more strings satisfying the condition, write down the first string as it is 000. You want more, write down the second string as it is 001. Then think what will be the next symbol. Check sigma. Sigma contains 0 and 1. So there are two symbols in the sigma. So there will be two possibilities. First possibility will occupy 0. Second will be 1. Copy this 000 as it is. Here also first 0 then 1. Copy this 001 as it is. Now you got few more strings satisfying the condition starting with 0. In this way you need to write down the required strings satisfying the condition. Trick is same. You need to first write down minimum length string first. And this trick will not only help in this case, but this will also help you while designing finite automata or DFA or NFA or any automata in the TOC. So this is the answer of third question. All the strings starting with 00, and you can write down many more strings like this. You can practice few more examples similar to what we have seen now. For example, starting with 0, starting with 1, double A, double B. And try to write down your answer in comment section. In the next session, we will start designing deterministic finite automata with respect to given condition and sigma. Thank you for watching this. We will meet in the next session.